We've all had moments that break us down, searching for light when the world spins round. But in those cracks, the purpose is born, a new way to live when the old is torn. It's more than a story, it's the rise from the fall, a place where your purpose starts to call. With Dr. Stephenson, wisdom takes flight, turning your pain into hope, into light. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. From heartbreak to strength, the lessons unfold. It's about how we rise, not the stories we've told. Guests with their journeys, sharing their light. In every collision, there's power in sight. It's more than a talk, it's the wisdom we gain through every struggle, through every pain. With conversations that open the door to purpose, to power, to so much more. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. So come as you are, with your scars and fears. This is the place where the truth appears. Turn your trials into stepping stones. Find the strength to claim your throne. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. A collision with purpose, your journey starts here. In every conversation, we'll wipe away fear. Find your purpose, let your life ignite. With Dr. Stephenson, you'll find your light.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to Life-Changing Conversations to Inspire Action. I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson, and today we're shining the spotlight on a woman whose story blends the heart of a teacher with the hands of a mentor. From the classrooms of Nairobi to the open fields where young boys play football, plant trees, and discover their potential, she's creating safe spaces for growth, discipline, and purpose. She's not only teaching academics, but also teaching life. Our guest today is teacher Jane Mugo, an educator with the Teachers Service Commission, a mentor, and a community builder who's passionate about nurturing young men through constructive activities and guiding them toward brighter futures. Jane, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm good. And how are you?
I'm doing awesome. So happy to have you on today.
Happy to have you too, Doctor.
And you're in Nairobi right now?
I'm in Nairobi right now.
Where in Nairobi are you?
A place called Umoja.
Okay.
A place called Umoja in Nairobi.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Jane, I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you. I've been wanting to do this. We've tried it before. It didn't work out, but here we are. The perfect time.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
let's begin at the start of your journey. As you know,
Yeah,
every
sure.
story has roots, and yours is no different. Can you take
Yeah,
us
true.
back to the beginning? What inspired you to become a teacher? And what was your own childhood in Nairobi like growing up?
Wow. My dad was a teacher. Number
Mhm.
one, my dad was a teacher, and I envied the zeal, the zeal and passion that he had. That word was my first inspiration. And I loved everything that he used to do. And then the concentration that the my classmates had. And I was like, one day I would like to be people to be attentive listening to me the way they are listening to my dad. So that alone inspired me. I really admired whatever he used to do. And then the love that the learners had for him. So I
Mhm.
just imagined myself getting that love, getting that attention, oozing wisdom as others listen to me. That inspired me.
Wow.
Yeah,
What an inspiration to be inspired by the
yeah,
work, watching your dad
yeah,
teaching and the love those students had for your dad.
yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Powerful stuff there.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about growing up in your early days, growing up in Kenya, in Nairobi. What was it? What was life like growing up?
It was tough. The fact that my dad was a teacher, and by then we were six of us in the family. It wasn't easy for us. It was tough, and we were living in an informal settlement area where we were highly, highly vulnerable. But I thank God for my dad being a teacher. Teachers are disciplinarian. And my mom, though she wasn't working, at least she had gone to school. And so they tried to tame us. We listened to them, though, the peer pressure was too much, but at least we managed. It wasn't easy at all, because we were surrounded by all kind of people, with all mannerism.
Mhm.
So it took a strong heart and strict parents to be where I am today.
Jane,
Yeah,
Jane, Jane,
yeah,
you have carried that early inspiration from, your dad as a teacher into a lifelong mission. But
yeah,
teaching for you is more than a career. It's a calling. Many people
yeah,
see
true.
teaching as just a profession. But for you,
Yeah.
as I said earlier, it's a calling. What personal values or experiences push you into education and mentorship?
Let me tell you, like I told you, Doc, when I was in school, there some teachers were not friendly. Those years back, there was what we called corporal punishment, and so many classmates of mine dropped out of school. So many of them. And I could see the way the teachers were treating the learners, unlike today, where we apply positive discipline. So there was a lot of beating, a lot of corporal punishment. And so I asked myself, do we really have to apply all this to mold a child? Do they have to beat us this much? So I told God, I would like one day at least to be a teacher and see if I change the tactics. If I change the tactics, I can make that child to become whatever they want to become. So that thing really pushed me. I didn't get love in my school environment. At least for me, I was lucky because my dad was teaching there. But I could
Mm,
see many, many, many others who are going through hell.
mm.
So that alone, that's an experience that I didn't like. And I said maybe one day I'll be there and I'll be there for that child with a lot of love without even applying violence and force. And for sure it's working.
Wow. Love is
Yeah.
love is such an
Yeah.
important thing, when you're teaching these
Love is very, very important. We didn't grow knowing it. I don't know why those years, I don't know, they were frustrated or something. It wasn't easy for us.
skills. Reminds me of
Hmm.
that song. It wasn't easy, but you still got to
So,
do what you got to
ac-
do, right? And no one said it was going to
actually,
be easy. It's just the work that
totally.
you're called to do.
I actually remember one of my teachers commenting. I took a book for marking, and he made a comment that it took time before I just forgot about it. In fact, my dad had to convince me because I shared with him way later, and he had to convince me go and you know make peace with that teacher because I never thought I'd forgive him. He uttered a very, very vulgar word in front of the learners. My esteem went down, and so I said, one day I would like to be a teacher, and I would like to motivate children. I would like to work with them without applying violence, without being vulgar. And
Mm.
thank God here I am doing it.
God.
Yeah.
Thank God for those, for the
Mm,
students, for the sake of
mm,
the students,
mm.
that you're doing what you're
Yeah,
doing.
true,
You know,
true.
Jane, inside the classroom, you're shaping minds, but you've also taken your work beyond those walls in the classroom. As a
Yeah.
teacher with the Teachers Service Commission, what do you find most fulfilling about shaping young minds in the classroom?
Doctor, children have challenges. Some of them, they're just seeking love from you. They are not getting love out there, especially in Kenya. They are going through a lot. So when these children come, and I feel that I've motivated a child, they are so motivated to learn. They come and appreciate me and say, thank you. I'm able to move them from one stage to another. Some have not been performing and they start performing, even if it is adding just a mark. That is so fulfilling for me. When the child tells me, teacher, you know what? Were it not for you, I would have given up long time ago. And they come in numbers to tell me, so that alone, I feel so fulfilled. It is so motivating as a teacher. Because I know, like I told you, doctor, where I teach, we are teaching children who are going through a lot of challenges, a lot of challenges. So if as a teacher, you're not there to assure them, you're not there to encourage them, and they show it. Because, and you know, children are innocent. They
Mm.
are innocent. They always tell you the truth. And you can even tell without them talking whether they're okay or not. So I've been able, when I see the confidence of a child, the self esteem is boosted, that is so fulfilling to me as a teacher.
Wow. And you know, the future of any society are the young ones,
Mm,
right? And
yeah, true.
having that opportunity to help shape their minds, that must be an awesome feeling on your part.
Yeah,
So
true.
I commend you for the work you're doing, and for this, for being called to teaching and for answering the call, right? Because
Thank
many individuals are called to do things, and yet they don't always answer the call, but you have. Now, Jane, let's
thank you.
talk a little bit about your work outside the classroom, because you're doing work that
Mm,
is touching families, communities, and, as I said earlier, the future. Outside the classroom, you have dedicated yourself to mentorship, mentoring programs, and life skills training. Why do you feel
yeah.
it was important to extend your work beyond teaching?
The vulnerability of these children. It doesn't matter how good I am in class. It doesn't matter, the performance in class in terms of academics.
Mm,
Because at the end of the day, they'll still go back home to where they are exposed to, to a lot of dangers. So I decided to do kind of a follow up. Then I just sat and thought of an idea beyond the class. Supposing I do a follow up, I get to see what they are doing. I engage them because temptations are high. As much as I'm going to contain them in class, the moment they leave there and they're idle, maybe I may not be helping them much. So that is why I decided, let me think of some that I can do to engage them, just to keep them busy outside the class. Yeah. That's why I decided to follow them up beyond the classroom.
right, right. So it's not
Yeah.
just about academics. There's more to it
No,
than
it's
that.
not just about Kakada because we'll be lying to ourselves. In class, you are teaching, but when they go home, you're leaving them during the holidays and weekends. So you need to engage them. So we do the formal setup in class, and then outside, we do non formal setup where we share and engage them. So you find that round the clock, they're busy. At least
Mm.
they are occupying their mind as I instill some values in them and all that. Yeah.
It's interesting that I'm having this conversation with you, and I see with your pen the teacher that you are.
You know, my pen is here.
you
I even don't know how it landed in my hands, but I have it. I'm used to having a pen.
you caught my attention with that. I hope you're not grading me, but that's awesome. So, Jane, you have chosen to pay special attention to young boys and men, which is
Mhm.
quite intentional on your part. What gaps do you see in the lives of young boys and men that made you focus your effort on them specifically?
Well, the preference of the girls was crazy and women. That's a fact. For humanitarian organizations, humanitarian programming, and all. I used to work in Kayole. Kayole is a very, very, I don't know what to say. The risks are high. The young boys are highly vulnerable. They are used to, by the peddlers to peddle the drugs and all that. All kind of vices are found in the place. And so I realized that most of the non-governmental organizations were working with the boys, anytime with the girls, sorry. Anytime they came to school, they could organize the girls, motivate them. One time I sat there and asked myself, where are we heading to as a society? Are our girls even safer? Are they even safe? With all this crazy of neglecting the boy child. And don't forget, doctor, that I'm mom to two boys.
Hmm.
I'm mom to two boys. By they are my motivators a lot because I share with them a lot, and through them I'm able to identify so many gaps. So I could see so many organizations coming to school and bringing, incentives for girls. So that is when I decided, as an individual, as a teacher, I am now going to give these boys a shoulder to lean on. And as I do, because I could see where we are going to have crisis. And remember, we don't have two planets, it's the earth. So we are going to live there with the boys and the girls. So if we leave our boys out and all the attention is given to the girl, then even our girls in future are not safe. And that is when now I took it as my responsibility to work with the girls. You remember, doctor, one time a certain organization came to our school. In fact, that was the turning point now. Came to our school and the students were about to sit for their end of the year exam. It's a national exam. And they had come to motivate, according to them, they had come to motivate the learners. So they gave the sanitary towels to the girls, and our boys were just watching. And I could see a lot was drifting through them because they excited the girls, they gave them the sanitary towels and other things, and our boys were left. And then I had to challenge the director. And I asked him, you came to motivate, and I'm sure you knew this was a mixed school. So how come? In fact, he was very much alleged. And he had to rush and buy some biscuits for the boys, because I mentioned it. So these are some of the things that I started doing, working with the boys, and I'm happy so far, so good. At least now my boys feel there's somebody voicing out for them.
Jane, I have a confession to make.
Yes,
Because
please.
each time we visit the schools in Kenya, we do the
Mm-hmm.
sanitary pad thing, and we have never done anything specific for the boys. So
Oh,
I am so you got me in that one. That's something I will correct because we always
yeah.
do something for the girls. Always,
Yeah,
always.
can you
Because
imagine always?
pads.
Now I want to change that narrative. If you want our girls to be safe, actually, because they grow. What happens, doctor? They
Mhm,
grow with that rejection, and when
mhm.
it comes a time when they win, they want to win these girls. So the pain is too much. So upon trivial provocation, he starts now connecting from primary to middle to upper. Now you want to bring the big headedness in my house. So they start fighting. So it's all about anger. So some of these things they are doing, it is because we never showed them love from the beginning. But if we bring them on board and they feel they are loved, by the time they are meeting these girls, they are so motivated. They are
Yeah,
so motivated. So
and
please,
yeah, that's something we'll pay attention to. We have to look for
please,
opportunities to focus on the boys as well. Yeah, and that's
true.
a great point you're making because sanitary pads and the girls having that is so it's critical, right? It's essential. So it's
It
an
is.
area
It is.
we all look at because it's something we can address easily. It's easily,
Yeah,
and that's why
true,
I guess that's
true.
why we do it. But you made a very valid point, and that is what brought the boys to your attention. Not to mention the fact that you have two boys, and you made that very clear. So I know your
Yeah,
sons
true.
are blessed for having you as their mother. So again, great point. You got my attention there, and we will do something about that, right? So,
Thank you.
Jane, impact is often measured
Yeah,
one life at a time. I know that you have seen transformation firsthand. Can you share a
yeah.
story of a young person whose life was changed because of your mentorship programs?
Wow, that's interesting. In fact, when you come to Kenya, God willing, in May, I'll make sure you meet that boy. Again, I was in Kayole and I had this particular boy, a boy who had been rejected even by the teachers. Because, like you said, doctor, teaching is a calling. If you don't have passion for it, you're there as a profession. I'm sorry, you may not end up helping a child out there. This boy had been rejected because of his performance. He had a problem, and the mother was almost giving up. And at one time, I don't know what happened. I happened to meet the mother, and we talked. And then I told the mother, I went to the office, talked to the principal, and I said, I want the boy in my class. And the boy came to my class, and I encouraged him. And then the mother, from a very, very humble background, so she was really struggling a lot. So I worked with this boy. I made sure. I remember one time him telling me he even doesn't have a boxer. And he stood at high chances of being lured into criminal gangs. Remember, rejection by the teachers. He has already given up. So I took him in. I made sure that I bought him a dozen of some boxes. I took him in fact, I told him at school, this is your mom, that is me. And then at home, you meet your mom. So I had to mold him because I knew it was a matter of time before he just gave up. And giving up in Kayole, what that one means. He'll take a gun, he'll start selling drugs, he'll just become reckless because it had reached a point that he was even ready to die. That boy confessed, but I took him. When he did his final exam, he didn't get very good marks, but we organized for a school, at least for him to go through that education system. And I told him it is very important for you to go there for 4 years for socialization, learning a lot, exchanging ideas, you expound on your mind. He listened to me. I was able to work with the boy. He went to high school, he finished. I connected with my son. My son is about sports because he is very good when it comes to football. I identified that talent in him. And he's also eloquent. Funny enough, though he had a problem with writing, but he could talk. So I told him, with the talking and the skills you have in football, I'll make sure I connect you with people who mentor others, especially boys, when it comes to football. And he was able to join that club. And remember, when he's that club, he's still mentored, and I'm still mentoring him. So the boy went through that process. And I thank God, when he cleared, I was able to get him platforms, some jobs here and there. He's able to support at least his mom. At one time, he wanted to move out and start his own life. I remember I have the photos, doctor. I have the number. I have everything, evidence. And that is something that I talk with a lot of confidence. Because I know a number, but that is a very touching story. But I know of a number of boys in Kayole who I have worked with who will be dead today. Because there was a time there was killing of these young men because of the Gaza, a certain militia group terrorizing people. When I came in, actually, I even have the OB number because criminals could not believe that I'm taking these boys as my own, working with them. I still have the OB number to date because I told my boys, you're not going to sell drugs. You're not going to be recruited into Gaza. Gaza is a militia gang that was causing terror. And during my tenure, when I was in Kayole, I made sure I'm working with my boys. They threatened me. I was given the OB number. In fact, that is how I found myself in South Bay because the TSC had to move me. So this boy, he started life. I had to give him seats. I have the photos. I gave him beautiful seats, at least to start life. And I'm happy today he's there. He comes to visit me. At least he's able to, he's an entertainer. He followed the pathway of the art. So he's able to entertain. Sometimes when there is an entertainment, like when you come and we have a platform, he's all over. He's on Instagram. He's been invited by companies through me. He's doing okay. And with time, at least going to save his mom from poverty, I believe. Because so far, so good.
What a success story. Jane, let us take a quick break. And we'll come back, we'll talk some more. You're watching Life-Changing Conversations to Inspire Action. My guest is Jane Mugo. She's a teacher and a mentor. Let us take a quick break and we'll come back.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid. I put on my armor and I
read his word, blessing come out of my mouth. Cause I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying his presence wherever he sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as he told me to pray for healing, miracles to see, knowing my identity in Christ, he is in me. I am a bold kid, he loves me, standing firm on his word, proclaiming everything I heard, not afraid because he is with me. Be bold. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Put on my armor, and I let his word blessing come out of my mouth. Because I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying his presence wherever he sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Life-Changing Conversations to Inspire Action. My
Sorry.
guest today is Jane Mugo, and she is inspiring action. She's a teacher and a mentor. Welcome back, Jane. All right,
Thank you so much, Doc.
I see you was enjoying the tea or milk. What's in the cup? What is in the cup? What's in the cup
Yeah,
that you was enjoying?
milk. You know, I hadn't taken lunch. I was so busy. So this is the time I got opportunity to take a cup of milk.
Oh, milk. Is it warm or is it warm or
Yeah,
room
it's
temperature?
warm. It's warm.
Warm.
It's
Oh
warm.
wow, that's
Yeah.
quite soothing. That's quite
Yeah.
soothing, huh? Wow, awesome, awesome. All right, Jane, let's get
Mm-hmm.
back to it. We have so much more to talk about. Your methods
Mm-hmm.
are not only practical, but they're also creative. You use sports, environmental work, and outdoor activities as tools. Why do you believe these methods are powerful in engaging young men?
You know, Doc, men rarely share their woods with him, especially in a formal setup where we have the girls on board and others. They don't share. But the moment you create a safe space through sports, remember, boys are just boys stroke young men are just hyper in nature. So the moment you start these programs like soccer, when you create activities, they'll be able to share, they'll be able to talk. It helps to build up their confidence. And you know, when they talk, they are relieved of the burden that they have. So I felt if I create this safe space, we come up with activities, different outdoor activities, and especially football, because that is what football is just one of them. We have got so many other activities that we expose them to, even different skills that we expose them to. So when they come there, at least we're able to share. Again, we are able, like for example, if we get well wishers, they are exposed. Somebody may spot them out of where we are and maybe take them, a notch higher. So that is why I felt the need to use the sport. It gives them confidence. It helps them to build their confidence, enhance their self-esteem, and they're able to talk because we are free. And like when it is a formal setup and you're trying to talk to them and everybody else is there. But when you're free outside the classroom and I'm with them in the slums, they open up and we
Mm,
talk a lot. Yeah.
mm.
And also
Wow,
it's also a platform for opportunities.
a
Yeah, through
platform.
well wishers, like I said, yeah.
You know, where I'm from, sports is a big thing. It's a way that young men can really change their lives and the lives of their families.
Mm,
And I expect that the same
mm.
is true in Kenya.
The yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Though we don't have. Okay, we'll be talking about that later, maybe.
Okay.
But
Awesome.
sports a big thing. It's a big thing, especially for these young men. They feel comfortable when they are there, and even when you engage them, they are ready to talk. They are ready to share their experiences. You
Mhm.
know, while
Mhm.
there. So that is why I felt it was important to have these activities and bring them on board.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big stuff there. Now, I know that
Yeah.
doing this kind of work, the work you do, is not without challenges. I know there
Yes.
are stumbling blocks, roadblocks that you must overcome. What are some of the biggest challenges you have faced while running these programs, and how do you overcome them? Or how are you working around them, I should say?
There are a number of challenges, but I thank God I'm managing. I think it's just by God's grace. Number one, the soaring number of young men who want to join me. Remember, they also know they are not safe. And so they know that I'm with them, I'm giving them assurance. So many of, I have like over 200 young boys, and many more want to join. So it becomes a bit tricky for me, but then I don't shut them. I don't, at least I accommodate them. The moment they want to come, what I do, I look for people like volunteers. They come and help me with the mentoring and all that. So even if they come in hundreds, I cannot lock them out. So I accommodate. So the number is swelling, and that swelling number is an encouragement. It shows that they have that quest, to change, to run away from crimes, to run away from negative peer pressure. So I'm always with them. Of course, I also have another challenge of limited resources, but at least we try to do almost the zero cost activities. At least we manage with the little that we can. We do activities that are not so demanding. Like for example, if I'm talking about mentorship, I just need to get a space. I need to
Mm,
get a space and talk to them. If maybe it is about football, maybe I can get a ball and they play.
mm.
Challenges are there, limited resources, but I thank God that one does not stop us from doing what that noble gesture. Yeah, it doesn't stop us because sometimes you don't just sit there and lament. You think of what to do because at the end of the day, they are there. They are looking up to you. Are you going to tell them you don't have any? You have to think. Like now, they're telling me they want me on Saturday. They want to have gala. They want me on board. I'll have to try and be there for them. That's a
Mm.
plus because even when you come to Kenya, you are sure that you are safe. You saw the other day within Nairobi CBD city, they were there mugging people and because they're idle. But the moment we try to bring them on board as many as possible, with the time, that will be a thing of the past.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. Mm.
mm.
And also lack of goodwill from the leaders. And I'm saying this without fear of contradiction. I've worked with politicians who want to politicize everything. So the moment maybe you invite them for kind of a tournament for those boys, how are they benefiting? That is the first question they ask you. How am I benefiting? Are they boys from my area? So it becomes a bit tricky for you. So you want to have a country that is so safe because 90% of crimes are being perpetrated by young boys. So you want at least the country to be safe for them, for all of us. They are shooting at will. They are doing everything at will. So when I come to you and I tell you, support me, we have a tournament of these boys because tournament is just a frontier. When they come, I talk to them as they learn other skills so that in near future there will be sanity in the society. But now it's all about politics. How am I
So,
benefiting politically and all that? Yeah.
and,
So that's
and
also another challenge.
and that should not be the question, but the answer for
Yeah.
that question, if it is, it's your responsibility.
Yeah,
It's your
true.
work that
So
that you're.
solution for that.
Mhm.
So a solution for that is basically looking for people of goodwill like me and others,
Mhm.
and together we do what we can.
And I will go out and say this, go on the limb and say this. You can be so much more effective as a non-politician doing the kind of work that you're doing.
Yeah, true.
So much more effective
True.
by bringing people together.
Yeah, true.
Everyday people can make a huge difference and to
Yeah,
build their
true.
own communities. That's our responsibility as community, as citizens. We it is our number one responsibility to go out there and make a difference in the community that we live in.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, absolutely. Volunteers who buy into the vision, tie into the vision. And
Mm,
let's talk a little bit about the vision, right? Vision and collaboration, because what you're building is not just a program for Nairobi. We're talking
yeah,
about
true.
something that is global, right? So
Yeah,
uh,
true.
your
Yeah,
vision goes, beyond Nairobi. It is global. You've said that collaboration is critical, and you said it just
yeah, it
now.
is.
You have
Yeah.
expressed a desire to collaborate with others to make the world a better place. What kind of partnership or collaboration do you believe would amplify your impact to make things more effective?
Like imagine if I got the opportunity to collaborate with a coalition with a purpose, a movement, you know, I'll have the opportunity for the exchange programs. We'll have the opportunity to learn from one another. So I'm looking forward to where maybe you'll get the opportunity, come and see what you're doing, and then from there we see how we can exchange the ideas, partner together. Because I believe the coalition with the purpose, you know, the cause is almost the same. Whatever you're doing and whatever I'm doing is almost the same mission of serving the community and bringing, positive transformation to these young people and others. So I would like we partner together where I'll hear that I'm in Jamaica, with those young men, and Doctor is in Kenya, for my boys as well. So basically, that's what I would say.
Mm.
If I've answered it correctly, I don't know whether I got it right.
Well, we are about collaboration at the Collision with Purpose. We go in knowing nothing. When we come into a city or a county in Kenya, we know nothing. So we seek to learn. We ask
Yeah,
questions
true,
and we
true,
find opportunities based on what you tell us. Where can
true.
we support and assist? We're not here to tell you what to do, to tell you what your problems are. We're here to learn from you. You tell us, and where we have the resources or can generate the resources, we come in and we try to play our part. That's what we do. It's all about uplifting and building communities, right?
Yeah, thank you
So
so much.
we
Yeah, true.
seek that type of opportunity. And when we come into places like Kenya, Jamaica, wherever we go, and here in the United States, because we do have our challenges here, big, numerous challenges here as well. Yeah.
True.
So now, Jane, let us dream for a moment, right? If
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
if
okay.
if every door opened and resources start to pour in, what is that one thing that you would build first?
Yes, please.
Yeah, right. So
Yes,
what I'm
come
saying
again,
is,
doctor.
if you had unlimited resources, what is the
Yeah.
one program or initiative you would create immediately for the youth of Nairobi, and why would you do that?
If I had the limited resources.
If you had,
Oh, limited resources. Okay. Like I said, I would hold a mentorship program through an almost a zero cost activity like cleaning of the environment. That one doesn't cost anything. So what I'll do, I'll make sure that I'll bring them on board. We do just a simple activity that at almost a zero cost as I talk to them. Talking, it's me who is talking. So no loss at all. So that is what I'm going to do because I believe even if the activity is ahead, for as long as I've given them the basis of discipline by instilling those values in them. So by the time even you are getting to bigger, activities and bigger things that you're going to do, they are going to be guided by the morals. So I'll make sure I organize forums. It will cost me nothing because I can even get my own class and we sit there and talk. I can ask for a field in the school and we do a talk. So that is what I'm going to do. And the moment I do that, I believe discipline is everything because we say discipline and performance, any area of performance, be
Mhm.
it cognitive or manipulative, it's all about discipline. Discipline and performance are in tandem.
Mhm.
So I'll make sure I do it. By the time I'm sending them to the field, they are disciplined with them and they are going to excel.
Mhm. Discipline, discipline,
That's what I'll
discipline.
do. Yeah.
Now, let's flip the switch. You have unlimited resources. Where would you pour your money?
Where will I?
Money is not a factor. How would you spend your money, and what programs or initiatives?
Okay, okay, on skills installation. Because let me tell you, doctor, as much as we are engaging them in the activities like football and other sporting activities, at the end of the day, I have the ages between ages 8 up to 24, ages 8 up to 24. And some of them are coming with a lot of anticipation. So besides football and and other sports, I have some skills in store for them, and that is conservation. It is something to do with the conservation of the environment. That the idea, not even the idea, because I've even started it, where we get the bottles. The bottles are available all over, the plastic bottles and all others. Those materials that are non-degradable. So what we do, We make something beautiful out of it. We make something out of it. They sell. Out of selling, they're able to get pennies, they're able to save and then buy trolleys and buy something at least to keep them busy for little income generation. Yeah, so that is what I'm planning. Because at the end of the day, they'll play football. At one time, they'll question you and ask you, tell us,
Mhm.
mom, up to when are we coming here for football? What next? So how are you going to benefit in future? As much as they are benefiting in terms of morals, it is only human that at the end of the day, you need something to put food on the table. And remember, I told you most of them are from very, very, let me use the word poor families.
Mhm.
So those skills are very, very, I'm planning for that. I have trainers on standby. I have a space on standby. Now I only need materials and I tell my trainers, now go ahead and train my young men.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, Jane, talk to me about engagement, families. What is that like at your school? How involved are the parents?
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about the parents, their
Yeah, the
engagement.
parents.
How
Yeah.
involved are the parents at your school?
My involvement with the parents in the school.
No, how involved are the parents? How engaged are they
Or
with
how
their?
do I involve the parents in the school?
Yeah, how involved are they? Do they get the? Are they involved?
The parents get involved. They have to. Because at the end of the day, you have to get consent. You cannot just take, because it is happening. We have so many people that are coming with a platform, the sporting platforms, and then you know what is happening. So children join those particular groups, they get molested and other kind of things. So there must be consent from parents. Some
Mhm.
even sacrifice to do something like they can come and clean the area where we've been playing. And they just do those kind of menial jobs just to support the
Mhm.
cause to take place.
So the parents, they're doing their part. They're doing what they can.
They're doing their part, and I thank God for that. And they're really supporting me in terms of maybe assuring me of security, you
Mhm.
know, assuring me of security because these are their children and they know the dangers that come with it. Not everybody is happy when these children are reforming. Remember, I told you, doctor, that we have criminals, organized criminal gangs, and they want to use these young men. So the moment I start that program of, trying to talk to them, to transform them, they are not happy. But at least now I have assurance from parents. Like when I carried out a tournament on Saturday, a number of parents joined me in the tournament, and
Mhm.
I felt safe. I felt safe. So they are really supportive, not financially because they can't, even if they wanted to, but at least that assurance giving me security is motivating me to carry on.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I'm listening to you, and not always easy. We have established that your work, it's not always easy, and I'm wondering during those days when the pressure is piled on you, where do you get your support so you can get up the next day and say, I'm going at it with the same energy level? Where do you find your support?
Where I find my support
Mhm.
from friends. I have fans on Facebook. So many of them, so many fans on Facebook, and they really encourage me a lot. Sometimes even they chip in and they tell me, you know what, teacher, you are going to carry a tournament. I'm going to buy a bottle of water for you. I'm going to do ABC, even in their smallest way possible. They really encourage me because every program I have to make sure I post it. I get a lot of encouragement from my fans. Those who are able to support me in the simplest way possible, they do it. They really encourage me. My fans are my first everything and
Mhm.
I owe them a lot. And I've vowed that I'm not going to let them down. They keep on pushing me, telling me you can. So I don't feel like giving up at any one time.
Awesome, awesome. So you are
Yeah.
getting support on social media from your friends, from people you don't even know. I imagine they're supporting you.
So
They just,
actually, through the social media, I was able to get. That's how I got the academy. I think there's academy that I tagged there, the Olympia Beret Football Academy, and I thank God for that guy because when he incorporated me, he's an employee like me. But then he brought me on board and told me, Jenny, you know what? Whatever you are doing, and he was also alone, and sometimes he's also overwhelmed. And he told me, why don't you, two hands are better than one. So what you're going to do? Is it possible that we merge? We have where we can be organizing tournament through this academy. we can be talking to the boys and the skills through this academy. And I found it a good idea. So far, so good. At least now I have a place. If I say I want boys, we go and play. Initially, it was not easy for me. Sometimes you are going to school, sometimes the doors, the gate is locked, sometimes it's not possible even to get that particular space. But for now, it is easier for me. If I feel like carrying in out any activity, any skills, I'll just go to that academy and you are able to engage the boys and all that. Like I said, football and those other sports are just frontier. When we get there, we share a lot of experience. So
Wow.
I'm happy for the academy as well.
Awesome. Awesome.
And I know
Jane,
because the director is listening, big up and salute.
mhm,
He's a very good supporter of mine. Yeah, we work together.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Jane, in our life, all of us, there's one person who's a standout, who really stand out, that we can say, look at and say, you made a huge difference in shaping who I am today. I would
Thank
like
you.
for you now to look into the camera and say thank you to that person. Who's that person? If you want to call their name, but I want you to acknowledge them publicly and say thank you to that person for what they did to help shape you into the person you are today.
The person who shaped me to be who I am today. Wow, they are quite a number. Do I talk about one only that made an impact in my life?
One person.
One person who brought an impact in my life. Wow, wow, wow. My mom.
Tell her
My
thank you.
mom,
Tell her thank you.
yeah, my mom, and she's my supporter. Yeah, she made me to believe in me. And when I shared with her my ambitions, she just prayed for me and told me, my daughter, you can make it. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed because I want to do activities. There are so many young men who are looking up to me. I have my own family here. I have work that I have to deliver. I have books that I have to mark. But my mom inspires me a lot. She
So
inspires me a lot.
I want you to talk to your mom. Tell her thank you.
Oh, mommy, thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank you for making me believe in me, and I'm not going to let you down. And I promise that I'm going to walk with the boys. Sometimes I'm so down, you call and pray for me, mommy. Live long, mama. I love you so much. You are the reason I'm this strong. You are the reason I don't give up. I would have given up long time ago were it not for you. In fact, the other day, mom, you are unwell. I had to pray to God. I told God, remember, we are doing this with mommy, even if she's not doing it directly, but I'm being encouraged by her. And I thank God she's doing well now, health wise. So, mom, I love you so much. Live long, keep on praying for me. We are in this mission together.
Mom, if you're listening, you are that person in
Mm,
Jane's life that
yeah.
stand out, who she's crediting for the person that she is today. So I congratulate you for the work that you've done and that you continue to do, and the impact
Thank
you're
you.
having on all these young men and women is a result of the impact that Jane is having is a result of what you did. So we really appreciate you. You're doing big stuff. All right. So Jane, let's talk about teachers and community leaders. Many
Yeah.
many of them would feel a little bit stuck or uncertain, and they would want to also become leaders in their community and do more, but they don't know where to start. What advice do you have for them?
Well, I would say just start. It is never too late to start, and it is not too early to start. You and I can make a difference. Remember, we are in this together. Just start somewhere. Also, reach out to me. That's what I say. Sometimes even you have a starting point, and I have started. Go for people like me. Let me work with you, hold your hand, and then from there you take over. So just start.
And tell them how to
You
get in
can never be wrong.
tell them how to get in
Yeah.
touch with you, just in case they don't know. How can they get in touch with you? How can they reach out to you?
Do I share my number?
No, just on social media.
On the social media, I'm Teacher Jane Mugo. Those are my official names because I have nothing to hide. I
Mhm.
have nothing to hide. I'm Jane Morgan. TikTok, I'm Jane-Murimi. Though I've not been so active on TikTok, but I want to. I've not also been so active on YouTube, but I have to. So you get me, Jane Mugo, teacher Jane Mugo. And then TikTok is Jane-Murimi. So that's where you're going to get me. But the moment you go, I think I'm so active on FB. So that is where they're going to get me. And from FB, maybe we can chat in the other platform. Yeah. I'm very, very much available. For as long as it's about service to the community, I'm available. And I'm telling them, just start. It is never too late. It is never too early.
Just
And
start.
we say, nothing is impossible to a willing heart. Nothing is impossible to a willing heart.
I like that. Nothing is impossible to a willing heart. That's
Yeah.
powerful. Powerful stuff. Now, Jane, your story is one of service, purpose, and impact. As we get ready to close, let us leave our listeners with a challenge. What is that one life-changing action that they can take today to make their community better? What is that change? What is that thing that they can do to make a difference in their community?
Health is wealth. Health is wealth. They have resources at their exposure, the environment around them. Think, what can you do out of it? Like I talked about the bottles and all others. Supposing you bring these boys on board, right? And then you say this is what you're going to do. So you will be making the environment healthy, yeah? You will also be empowering them economically because whatever you are doing, you're not just doing it for fun. You are doing it from whatever you are getting from the environment. You are making some good stuff which you'll be able to sell. Yeah. And then after selling, so you are empowering. So you are able to make the environment clean and you are as well making the place safe as well because you are bringing them on board. You bring them on board to clean the environment. Once the environment is clean, whatever was making it dirty, you are reusing it to something so beautiful. So you see, from the environment to empowerment, you see economic empowerment and also safety of the society because they are busy, they are getting something. So for me, just think you have everything at your expo. Just look around you. What is there? Just become creative. Is all creativity? Sit and think. What is it that I can do? It is there. This is what I'm going to do. I remember a story of a certain South African, and she was going for an interview. Let me tell you how easy it is just to change. She was going for an interview. She was in a white shirt. What happened? By mistake, somebody poured some juice. I read that story. It was very inspiring. And instead of scolding that particular person, she took that as an opportunity. She looked at her shirt. It was so beautiful. She started, I understand she has a big company, a graphic. She saw an opportunity. So look around you. There are so many opportunities. You just need to come out of your comfort zone. Be creative. Be unique.
Get out of that comfort zone. That is not a good place to live. There's no future living in your comfort zone. That's awesome. Now, Jane, we've talked
Yeah,
about a number of things. Is there anything
yeah.
else that you would like to add? Maybe I didn't ask you the question, but there's something else you'd like to share with us? Please feel free
Yes,
to.
please, doctor. Yes, please, doctor. Let us join hands. Let us think about the boy child. And I always say, even when I'm invited to the media houses, I always tell them, when you see me walking with the boy, support me. Because I'm making that girl out there very safe. These boys grow feeling neglected, feeling like nobody cares. It will come a time when one day he will bump on this particular girl and all the revenge, he will take all the revenge, all the pains, all the past injustices, the hatred he felt. So please let us work with them. Of course, I'm addressing their mental health the moment we meet. I talk to them a lot. I give them a shoulder to lean on. So kindly let us work together. Don't leave boys out. Let us take care of that girl as we take care of this boy.
Don't
Yeah.
leave boys out. Very
Let them not be in the cold. Let them
important.
feel the warmth as well.
Mhm.
You see what is happening today. You see what is happening today. The moment he decides to settle, like I said, doctor, when they settle, and then it will come a time when maybe the wife will feel that she's not comfortable, and maybe she utters a word or she does something, and the guy overreacts. And they are overreacting because they are not themselves. We never nurtured them from tender age, addressing their mental health from tender age. So he's seeing hatred, like hatred is extending. So please let us assure them, let us work with them, let them feel like the humanitarian organizations also care about them. Yeah, let us give resources, let us empower them as well.
Wow. Empower,
Hmm.
empower, empower. We must empower our young men. All right. Awesome
Hmm.
stuff. Well, Teacher Jane,
Yes, doctor.
let me say thank you for sharing your journey, your passion, and
Thank
your
you.
vision with us today. What we have
Thank
heard
you.
is more than a story of teaching, it is a story of transformation. It reminds us that
Okay.
mentorship is not optional, it is necessary, it's a critical piece, right? That sports,
Exactly.
conservation, and life skills are not small tools. They are lifelines for young men searching for direction. And that is what your story in your life is all about. You share that with us today. And that
Thank
one teacher, one mentor, one leader can ripple out to change entire communities. Now, to our listeners, the challenge is now yours. Don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect resources to make an impact. As Jane has shown us, start with what you have. She made it very clear that there's limited resources, but you must start wherever you are, and no matter who is in front of you. Now, let us remember a better world is not built in speeches, but in actions. Let us rise from this conversation ready to inspire, ready to serve, and ready to act. Because at the end of the day, without actions, there are no results. Jane, thank you once again for the incredible work you're doing in Nairobi and
thank
beyond.
you, doctor.
And to our listeners, may you leave here today not just inspired, but empowered to make a difference. Thank you so much. Until next
Thank you
time,
so much, doctor.
and life changing conversations to inspire actions. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've all had moments that break us down, searching for light when the world spins round. But in those cracks, the purpose is born, a new way to live when the old is torn. It's more than a story, it's the rise from the fall, a place where your purpose starts to call. With Dr. Stephenson, wisdom takes flight, turning your pain into hope, into light. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. From heartbreak to strength, the lessons unfold. It's about how we rise, not the stories we've told. Guests with their journeys, sharing their light. In every collision, there's power in sight. It's more than a talk, it's the wisdom we gain through every struggle, through every pain. With conversations that open the door to purpose, to power, to so much more. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. So come as you are, with your scars and fears. This is the place where the truth appears. Turn your trials into stepping stones. Find the strength to claim your throne. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every